It's coffee o'clock. Smell the coffee. I would say coffee beans, but it's one of those pod things.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in them. I guess it's just powdered coffee, right?
Yeah.
Are you sure people
Yeah.
have been cleaning the machine? Because you know that you're supposed to clean those.
Definitely
I
not.
don't care. I'm a big fan of bacteria. You need bacteria, otherwise you get sick all the time.
I don't mean like bacteria, but just like other people's. They've run a bunch through there, and it's just gonna not taste.
Other
as good.
people's what? Different flavors.
Different
It's
pods
fine.
and like, a bunch of different pods. It's gonna get.
I drink them all anyway. It's fine. The good thing about me is that I'm militant with food. So, you know, if I buy salmon, I'll just open a packet and put a fork in it. I won't even use a plate. Doesn't matter. I
I've
don't
done
care.
that once before.
I just don't care. It's esports. There's nothing in my fridge.
Yeah.
I haven't used my fridge a single time since I got here.
Really?
Not once.
It's very expensive, James.
Not once. I should use it. That's not something to really brag about, but it's just
No,
it's just a fact.
I mean,
like,
we
I would save me a lot more money if I use the fridge.
you need to learn some cooking skills so that you can.
I
Unlock,
should.
I mean, you can cook better in Zelda than you can in real life.
That's true. There are loud noises outside. It's interesting. With shows in America, like live shows, like YouTube shows, for example, like I watch some watch shows from Philadelphia, and often you'll hear the sound of the police going past, which we don't have here. We have the rare horn though, but that's fine.
In
What is that nice spider web?
10 seconds.
Huh?
In New York? It's honking every 10 seconds in New York.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Fallen's, I like Fallen's knife. He's with himself a nice crimson web.
What is that called?
Butterfly.
Is it butterfly now?
Butterfly knife, yeah.
That's expensive.
With a pattern like that, his has basically got no wear on it, and it's got a spider web bang in the middle. When you're the icon of Brazil, you know, it's probably, I'd be surprised if you even paid for it, but for you, Dan, that would cost a hell of a lot of money. For you and me,
For you, Dan.
that would be, for anyone, all of us plebs, that would be highly expensive. With a nice pattern on that, hell no. No chance. Thousands, most likely. Thousands.
Wow. Pew pew. And they're in the bomb sites. The quests. To get a bomb down. Get a bomb down. Get a bomb down. Thank you.
Secure the creeks. It's not even about secure the bag anymore. Secure the creeks.
Exactly. It really stresses me out when people start facing when you get when you have a free plan available. Just do it. Now it's been done.
And if only you knew what stresses us out that you do in Counter-Strike.
Well, it's looking better and better for the quest here. Maybe they'll get more than a couple creeks in the next round if things continue this way. Indeed, they can have one for every creek. They can have all the creeks.
They all get Kriegs. Kriegs for everybody.
Creek.
Except for voltage.
You could get all the creeks, but then no grenades.
You don't need any nades if you have Kriegs.
Do you know what? I've started, like, I've been looking at the numbers on an MP7, and I wouldn't really buy one on the CT side over an MP9 because the reload speed is so much slower in comparison. It's absurdly fast for the MP9 in a good way. It shouldn't change. It's not like OP. It's just very well balanced. There's not a lot the CTs have these days, but the reload of an MP9 is something. T-side I would, yeah, because I feel like you're more likely to be in a better position to reload on the T side. Like, let's say in an anti-eco, anti-force spy than you are on a force spy on a CT side, where you might have to defend versus multiple people. So I'll take the reload speed of the MP9 on the CT side.
I wouldn't be surprised if they nerfed the MP9 a little bit, because it's extremely good.
It doesn't need a nerf, be crazy. CT sides are getting wrecked at the moment, man.
I go with Dan this one. I want to see more shotgun play.
Don't touch. If anyone touches, I'll be pissed if people mess with the MP9.
It's extremely good.
For the price, I mean, they might raise the price like 1,500 or something.
Like I would say you'd pretty much always get it over a FAMAS because you can get nades with it. It's just.
But you don't have the range of a FAMAS.
You don't
at all.
You have the range of MP9 if you just tap it.
Thing is though, like.
No. You guys are talking nonsense now.
The thing is, you don't even really be taking long range duels with a FAMAS against AKs anyway.
Yeah, sometimes you don't really have a choice.
I think FAMAS is the worst gun in the game.
Julies.
If you get a gold skin, it performs better.
Okay, Taco in a great position here with the Deagle. That's fantastic. That's a beautiful shot. Taco is very dangerous. And so is Fallen. Only the heads. Everything is looking good right now for MIBR in terms of this force buy. Got to get through the choke point though, and the Krieg makes it suddenly look all very grim and dire. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Pun intended.
I know, it's like when we're playing Big Clan, everything's big.
I know, it's because you see it, like subconsciously, that you're primed to say that word.
I gotta say, the word big is really hard to find, like, when big
Yeah.
are playing, it's really annoying. Just say, describe lots of things as big. This is a big opportunity, there's a big chance, there's a big this, that.
Yeah, I really was hoping, when they were started to perform well initially, I was like, I really hope they get picked up by like a big org or something.
The big org, yeah? Nice. This is really working out well.
So that I don't have that issue.
What
Because
about
that is an
huge,
annoying
you know?
issue.
Like I use the word huge. It's like the same thing.
So you want
Huge
the variety.
huge is can be construed as an exaggeration. If you want to say big, but you're trying to avoid saying big, and you say huge, sometimes it's not ideal to say huge, man. You know, that's why it's annoying. Big is a good word, and they stole it from us.
They took it. It's like half our vocabulary right
They
there.
took it from us.
Like, oh, we're gonna get a burst. I love this. Big fan of this. Mac 10s into the B-bomb site. Keep it simple against pistols. Taco, damn it. Where is the trade here? You got Mac 10s.
They scared.
There's no counter grenades from the CTs while you're holding. Oh man. Now he's got help. Now he's got reinforcements.
Yeah, the longer you wait, the more CTs will
Why
be
they were
there.
waiting
They
for
actually
the
started
apartments.
pushing almost once the molly was gone by the van. It's like, well, now there's more positions they can take. Which doesn't quite work out. The bomb's been lost on the balcony. But this can still be retrieved because MIBR haven't picked anything up. There's a molly going to the van. It might not spread everywhere. Indeed, it will. Taco is able to escape, however, because Grim is concerned in where he might get peeked from. Voltage. Such awkward angles. Well placed are MIBR. Now they look for the triple peak or the double at the very least. Oh dear.
Why would they like... They had a 4 versus 1 against a guy with a P250 on a rush. With there's no counter grenades from the CTs.
Well, they don't know
Now they just stop.
if there's anybody else on the site,
Yeah,
but
but
they
they
hesitated and then didn't really have a
They're
good idea.
so committed though at that point.
Either fall back all the way,
Or just-
cancel it.
Yeah.
Don't half. You know, you
Yeah,
can't
stopping in the choke point and hesitating there
Oh my
is
God, it's absolute worst.
possibly the worst decision of all the decisions you could make.
Completely agree. It is definitely the worst decision.
I think under normal situations they wouldn't make that play, but since they're playing, you know, a team like MIBR, they might second guess themselves, they
maybe
might
that's it,
hesitate,
yeah.
as you say, and
Too much respect.
too much risk. You can't. You have to show no respect.
Oh man, I can't believe they did that.
Well, this will turn around now. Fur's got the Emperor out. And they'll look for the final player. What a turnaround for MIBR. 2 Kriegs collected.
It's pretty interesting because if you've committed on a push like that, normally you're only stopping there because nades have made you stop, and you're still committed, so you still go through them, even if you lose a player or two, just to get the position, because that's what you committed to do. And what's really weird there is that there was nothing. There's nothing on the bomb side. There's nothing to really stop them from committing or getting, because they had a Mac 10 guy, so I don't know if he was like stuck behind the pack or something, but his job is to die, is to jump forward and then die.
I'm also more surprised they didn't even throw a Molotov at van.
Or that, yeah, that's
That's like
like
the most common, basic play. You know, if you're going to rush B, you throw a Molotov at van. Why not?
And you just jump out the window as well, just to get people out the window immediately. Well, that's a weird miss from yeah, he must be moving still, might get caught indeed, he
Yeah.
will.
Oh my god. Well, this is one of those rounds which are rarely seen. This much loss on Mirage versus rushing T players in mid. This is crazy.
They need this recovery too, because again, that rounds was a free round that they threw away. And they gave lots of money to the CTs, and that's a beautiful shot. And it looks like they should have done it now. Now it's just about keeping the guns alive. I think here you don't care about what Lucas has. I think here you want to like just make sure you have loads of economy. And Lucas's objective is you know, get a couple of kills, be a sneaky man. Lucas is extremely good as well. Fallen's interview was interesting. So mentioning about players losing identity, joining teams, Lucas being the points behind that sentence. They had to like work on making sure that Lucas could keep his identity as a player. I think we've seen that happen very many times when a player goes onto a team and it just doesn't work out in terms of that. I'm trying to find your place.
You're trying to fit in the system, you're trying to work off your new teammates. And sometimes, you know, you get lost in the system. You want the team to win, so you just want to do whatever it takes.
Very true. That was really cool. Was he trying to boost to
I
get a
think
better
so,
angle?
he was.
Wow, and Fallen just owned it. Good job to Fallen. I feel like you cannot mess with Fallen around a ramp. I feel like he's just got, you know, the contract of that position, like he owns that real estate. He will evict everyone.
He's one of the best at it, that's for sure.
Snakes. You a fan of snakes, James?
I'm indifferent. They're just there. Like a table or a chair.
That can kill you.
A table or a chair can kill you as well. Someone smashes it over your head. Taco will hold down the B bomb site with KNG for the most part. He's got stereo frags from both of them. And that will be 3-3. Maybe MIBR can stabilize now on their CT side after some very bizarre rounds from both teams.
Yeah.
They've won 3 from the last 4. So there is some promise. A more traditional map of Mirage rather than Vertigo. So the opportunity for variance should be smaller. They have a better buy. They've got 2 orbs to the one of the quest. With Lucas close on the ramp, they can be counter grenade to and execute into the A bomb site. Lucas has an incendiary. Out go the grenades. Lucas is looking to block in the smoke. The pre-fire, he'll completely miss everybody. That is a disaster. That could have gone a number of different ways, but that was worse than as far as MIBR are concerned. First taken out through the smoke, the tracers will betray his position and he'll be punished for it. And Quest has a man advantage. They've only lost 1 player on this execute.
Yeah, this is quite crazy. 2 players CT. I wonder if the Quest will try to push it with a flashbang. They do have Snakes close to the UMP. But it looks like they will hold position for now. Snake's in a very interesting position. He could... Oh, he's going to be forced to bench. That could be such a strong spot to deal with the CT players, but instead he'll be given up. And Spongy arriving in the middle. That's a nice connection by KNG. Oh, this is a hard one for the remainder of the Quest. They've got to hit some crazy shots here. The smoke down to pressure the bomb, and it's up to Grim, and everything's covered. MIBR, expert retake from them.
Fallen's waking up.
I feel like MIBR's retakes of A on Mirage are kind of iconic in the pacing, especially when you have a guy going in, say, the crawl space into jungle or in short there, dealing with the lurkers really, really nicely. Spongy looks like he was taken by surprise by that one, and that was a pretty late push from KNG, but with good reason. And that puts the Quest on pistols. Now, will they go for that repeat rush in mid where they had such great results? There will be 2 players there. Spongy will be spotted and tagged to 40 HP. Sort of action pretty damn quickly. And again, they don't want that variant. First want to keep his gun out, but here we go again. There's a flash in the smoke, and the rifle has been collected.
Yeah, only 1 man on the side is Lucas. Fallen will rotate to CT as well, but how did the Quest read this? If they try to attack the A bomb site, they will be really easy to kill by the CT defense. I like that they're spreading out a little bit here. Going back through underpass, interesting. Now MIBR are left wondering, well, what is going on? They don't have any control towards middle, so they have no understanding exactly of what's going on just yet. They may have to move to more aggressive positions to figure it out, or maybe they'll just hold passive positions and just wait out the Quest team, rely on superior firepower.
Numbers will be abused. Taco has minimal information. Now, you wonder if he... Oh, God. How is this going to work? There's no warning. There's no time for rotation because nothing is being peeked. a very brittle setup on the B bomb site. You know, I think with only one play there, you might spot from the window or something, especially better equipped than most, but just standing in the site, peeking the closest angles only, and that gives the Quest a bomb site, a plant, a man advantage. Post-plant positions.
Ooh.
Really feel like that was a weird approach to the B bomb site. As least information as possible with the minimal reaction time for your team, and no position to really hold versus a push. Unless you somehow kill everybody. But there was a guy behind him after he gets the first kill, so that left something to be desired. And yeah, these rounds, I feel like the Quest are getting way more out of them than they should.
Yeah,
I mean, I say that, but they've won two of them, so.
Yeah, it's really interesting because the Quest have yet to really do a proper default. We've had the pistol rushes into mid a couple times, both of which have been successful. And we had the A with smokes. We've had 2 rounds in which the Quest just ran into B, one which was failed miserably, the other one which also failed, but no default. And this time they're going to go for a balcony burst. So it's hard to predict. If you play passive against this style of play and just play retakes, you're good, because what the default does is it exhausts your utility. And that's a great pick. And yeah, the utility makes the retakes very strong if you have a lot of it. So if you play a retake game, you're pretty good to go against this style of play. But Voltage did get a pick in mid. That does make things difficult, and he's going to have a flank coming his way. He's so dead, isn't he? Look at that. Dead to rise. Ferro's going to use this position to get as much as he can.
What do the Quest think MIBR have in terms of information? Do they feel compelled to move immediately? Does this ruin their own timing? Falling with the AWP, spots Palace, but he falls off the bricks in time. Taco's here for support. There's one player on the ramp, and back we go in favor of MIBR. Advantage will swing once more. We could have another hero rifle situation for the Quest. Snakes and Exceed have more money than their teammates. Exceed drops some pistols. I feel like with so much money, he could drop a rifle to Snakes instead of all the pistols, and Snakes could buy Kevlar, and maybe they would have more impact than this. I mean, like the Hero Krieg rounds, there's an argument for that.
The interesting thing is that the Quest are kind of looking like puck strats right now in terms of how they're playing. You know, no default at all. It's definitely not how you play this map, but they were going together, you know, and it's sometimes working out, trading. But this is a firing range here for the MIBR team. They are, I was going to say, they were mostly slaughtering the Quest, but the Quest have actually come away with a couple kills here, and they got North on Voltage. He's got position in market. Snakes with the scout. There's the flank. The bomb is lost now. Start damage. Voltage and get backstabbed as well. So yeah, very puggy in terms of the lack of defaults.
How is Fur always behind the players?
Yeah.
Every time he's like flanking so quick. And it's probably because, well, as you said, the lack of defaults is allowing Fur to find these pockets, these holes in the defense.
Yeah.
But, you know, to be on the Quest side, their more successful rounds on their gun side are pretty much heavy, aggressive, just loud plays where they're trying to get that fast pick on connector. And Fur again, being aggressive, gonna abuse the lack of default here. And he's out.
So this becomes a really big issue. I think you highlighted this well. The lack of default means that pushing on the extremities is much less risky, and if you're playing against Fur, so that is just what he does. That's his role. So he could have a huge game if this continues, but a little actually money got fallen. Maybe there's something to be done here.
Lucas is a 1 versus 1, which he will deliver on. Now, where is Voltage? Walking through the smoke. Taco's ready for it. Get himself an upgrade, and MIBR make it to 7 rounds. So we've seen some blitz here and there, but when we look at it, half the rounds the Quest have won have been thanks to that pistol. And the other 2 have been ecos, pretty much. It's really weird.
Imagine if they won the round, which they were supposed to, where Taco holds off a 5-man push in apartments with a PT50 and no nades by himself.
7-4 for the Quest.
Yeah, exactly. Like they would have got so much momentum off of that round.
a good avoidance from KNG's missed a lot of shots in this game so far, and I think the same could be said for Fallen, but I think KNG's missed a little more. And here we go again. You miss those shots, you don't thin the numbers will overwhelm. 3v3 and Grims picks up an AWP. And it's another chance to win a round on Eco.
How is this happening so consistently?
So
This
many
rush
shots
connector,
missed.
They
that's
should
like
just
the
stop
weak
full
spot.
buying when they can.
It's like they haven't warmed up.
Just half buy every round and rush.
Attempt number 2.
That's so weird.
Well, Voltage has the AWP. Fallen wondering what's on his 6. Lucas is in the palace of 1 HP. What a bizarre scenario.
Yeah, it's a great spot to be in. You can kind of give up the A-bomb site, more or less, allowing Fallen to cover CT so that he has the flank in case they flank Taco into B. It's unorthodox, but it definitely is a strong one. And look at this, he goes for the peeks here. Oh, the orb's in place, looking for it. That might be the round, actually. That's a really big kill to get. And maybe not, because Lucas will come fourth. He'll thin the numbers, at least making it a 1v2.
I honestly feel like every round of Quest of 1 has been an eco round, apart from the pistol +1.
Yeah, I think there are 3 rounds other than the first 2 were ecos, and like 2 of them were rush connector. Just rushing up connector and just destroying MIBR. I think they've gotten like 3 or 4 kills by just rushing connector.
Must be so tilting for MIBR. Perhaps this is also the case that MIBR are expecting that they're so used to playing teams that play more Team Counter-Strike. That said, they should still be at the quality that it doesn't matter.
Well, they're missing loads of AWP shots for one.
Yeah.
Like loads of AWP shots. And they insist on a double AWPs, which may or may not work out, but I mean, they've got 7 rounds on the board. There we go, KNG delivering a fast one, sees the bomb as well, and this is what you're expecting from KNG. Scope. Stops, scopes, flick fire, right? Spongy left in a 1 versus 5 as MIBR look to reach 8 rounds. Maybe it's a question of damage at this point, although their money sucks. Taco. He's got a strong angle, even though he's in the red. Let's not get too greedy about it, though. Quick jump peek, not sure if he sealed or anything. Definitely did that time. What will Spongy choose to do? No one behind him just yet.
If you can get the 6 rounds, you know, it becomes like a pretty winnable one, but I feel like they need a bit more rounds than that. Just being a nuisance.
I'm sure one of them can hit op shot, right?
Triple ops. Seems good. Obviously, one of those ops will be traded for the Krieg when Spongy dies.
You say obviously.
Inevitably.
I don't know.
He will die.
That is obviously.
There we go. And the Krieg will be picked up by Fur. Just about.
Okay.
There we
So
go.
it will. There we go. KNG delivering some multi-frags. Looks like he is warmed up now.
Yeah.
And MIBR reach 8.
It's a good defense by MIBR and B. It's kind of difficult to stop a B rush or B split from Catwalk and B. I think the lack of flashbangs from the B halls with the quest allowed the people inside to get 2 free kills.
That's such an important kill for Voltage there. If he died in that 1v1, it's a 5v3. Instead, 4v4. And that's only there to just force back the AWP. They're going to go fast through Con. They got the bomb there as well. I think they've shown it on Graham. He's got the Mac 10 and the bomb. Always the best combo because you want the Mac 10s to be jumping forwards like that. There's Snakes that jumps forwards and Grim that follows up. And there's only 2 of them left. Get this kill. He will. That CT actually open for the plant now, but he needs to be able to get to the gun. Oh, that's huge. Now, Kiaji, they know he's a B player coming in from connector. It's Molly. Up on the stairs, very predictable maneuvering from him. There's a smoke. It's a tense one. They need to get this round. Oh my god. There comes the peak. KNG, you know he's good for this. He hits the legs. Hot shots now. Oh, there's the miss. The important shot whiffed.
Wow.
And the 6th round for the Quest.
It was so close. And good intuition by KNG.
I was pretty worried, like the swing that came in, giving him 2 1v1s. I was worried about that for the Quest. Oh, we didn't even scope.
Ooh, it's impressive.
I can't even see that with my native resolution and everything else.
This is a bizarre half.
Yeah.
Oh,
Falling with the scout now. It's MIBR's turn to have the pots and pans. Snake through the smoke will not prevail. Taco can fall away with that. A 5 versus 3, but the big guns are still with the Quest. So there is a chance. Fallen is scout, no Kevlar in the last round of the half. Although Tfer is making his way towards the ramp, and we'll see that nobody's there. And collect himself a little rifle, I do believe. Oh no, he's going to collect a UMP because the AWP was taken away. A smoke to make a play towards B perhaps. That's what it would suggest. Double Molotovs into the window would suggest some panic. Not having the comms, or maybe both players just said I'm going to molly window at the same time. Maybe they just threw. The scope will be heard by the CT side. They need not face. First coming in from the back. Spongy has the angle though with the AWP no less. Again, making no assumptions, keeping his gun out as opposed to his knife. You never know what might happen. An opening frag, they know where Fer plays and they'll head towards the A bomb site it seems. Has this been read by MIBR because we've got a 2nd and 3rd player going in that direction. Taco could make his way through the crawl space. Lucas holding off angle. Fallen may be the initial peeker. 19 seconds of planter bomb. That's a glorious headshot from Fallen. Only 2 players left. The full rotation's coming through and might be the end of the line here for the Quest in this first half. Indeed it will be. 6 rounds on the board. Almost all of them won in a pistol round, all with an eco. It's a bizarre half. We'll see how it continues after the break.
Start your path to pro. Begin your matchmaking experience with like-minded players. Climb the ranks, meet your teammates, and make it all the way to the top. Rise through the ranks to the FPL circuits and play alongside the best players in the world. And who knows, you might just be the next Saiwu. Begin your road to pro at FACEIT.com.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to CS.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
one of the weirdest halves of Mirage you'll probably ever see at the top level of Counter-Strike.
A lot
But
of ecos.
at ECS, we give it to you.
Bring it back.
We bring it. And it's going to be difficult. Are they cool? They're kind of like pausing, three of them pausing at CT spawn there. Interesting. It's like a B rush, the classic B rush. And the Quest will be holding down the B bomb side, or trying to do so. The attack is coming in very quickly here and is looking very desperate now. Oh my god. Okay, well, it's just like that, it's over.
So that strat that the Quest did was, I remember doing that strat way back in 1.6, where, let's say for example on Dust 2, you have one person B, one person A, and then like 3 towards CT spawn.
Right.
And just pretty much just fast rotate wherever the other teams would go. So you're not like set up anywhere, you just do a fast retake.
Right.
On Caffeine, the other match has begun. So if you want to see ATK versus FNS's Riot Squad, then Key Mix is where you can go on Caffeine, caffeine.tv/KEMIX for Mike Kane. Community commentators, check them out if that's the match that you want to see. FNS putting in hard work with the likes of the Riot Squad, and ATK are a team who show some promise. No promises made by the Quest in this round. MIBR make it brief.
The crazy thing is I think that ATK might or could become the third best team or cement themselves as the third best team in NA if they keep going as they're going. Because right now it's in flux. You've got Liquid and you've got EG right at the top, and then below that it's just, I feel like it's a little bit in flux. Do you feel like that makes sense? I don't know if am I missing a team?
I mean, if you're not counting MIBR.
Well, even with him, because their results have been pretty...
But C9's kind of in shambles.
Exactly. Complexity also, we don't know what's happening there, so it's really in flux. All these teams, and here comes the push into the B1 side. MIBR looking strong.
Furia.
Aha, Furia, there you go. I was missing Furia.
3 plays remain for MIBR, planting the bomb on default. Smokes up on short. The Quest have the high ground though. Molotov goes too deep. Voltage will not be detected. Surely nobody checks this for a time, and he has a chance to move forward. There's Fallen taken out as he tries to make his way towards the pillar. This compromise is where the T's can stand. The spray won't kill him. Taco has a Mach 10 now, and there's only so much he can really expect to do here. Grim by the window. Maybe there's a chance. A 10-second defuse. Taco, he's got to know they're holding on to it, but it looks like he may give up on this and just go for damage. He's not really committing to try and win the round, I think. They know he was in the market, bomb's not planted for him, so indeed the bomb will be defused, and the Quest get their first round of the second half, but there's money for MIBR.
Kriegs everywhere. 1, 2, 3.
This is one of those weird games where it doesn't feel like the Quest should ever win this map, but they have a fighting chance, almost continuously have a fighting chance. Even though it feels like MIBR are going to show us some defaults. We've got a nice pick up there in the middle.
That is most certainly a weapon that can be collected by Fur. He's in BAPS at the moment, can go to the underpass and retrieve. Weapon retrieval service is en route. Those Deagle Blazes are only becoming more and more expensive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, skin prices are going up crazy. A lot of them are doubling, but anyway, Grim is going to make his way downstairs, or is he? Well, the wrong kind of downstairs. As we move into a 3v3, Snakes has made a forward play in the apartments and Fur will get caught off guard. There's next to no map control at this point for MIBR, apart from the A bomb site, but the bomb is top mid. That's a long rotation, and the CTs are making their way over. They have the info of the B push, so things will become nervous for Taco. He has a smoke to smoke off CT, however. So does Lucas. He can do it from Tetris, and he will up by the window. The window's gone now. It's a different setup. Oh no, he's going for the alternative smoke.
Ooh, CT's been left open then, and that is a great spot for the Quest to attack. And they're going to go for the double peak, not even losing one of their players. Now Taco's in a very difficult position. He's got the flank coming in as well. He's anticipated it nicely, but he's taken a dink for his troubles. And that's going to make life very difficult. High flash, but looks like at least one of the players is beyond it. Exceed is beyond it. Looking for the peak, looking for the aggression. The scope is out. Always being spotted. He has to come off the bomb now. The Molotov might do the damage. And Taco is going to reposition slightly or just cut noise for now. And he may have just nailed this. Taco, oh, he has nailed it, hasn't he? He knows he's committed. Spongy too far away from the bomb. And that's a wrap. What a clutch from him. But perhaps not the best positioning for the Quest as well.
Quest was playing up to that point pretty well for the retake. They had 2 spawn, just kind of waiting for the bomb plant. But then the post plant 1-on-3 situation, they kind of botched it here. I mean, great play by Taco.
Yeah,
I mean,
kind of
just
sitting on the gap.
way.
It's kind of risky, isn't it?
Yeah. What's unfortunate that, I mean, to lose a 1-on-3 situation, it's just, that hurts the team a little bit.
Wow, that really hurts. Yeah, the money. But maybe this is where they do their best work, given all the pistol rounds we saw the Quest winning at the in the first half. See if they can continue that. The Krieg this time. Oh, this could go well actually on this defense. There's a world.
And in comes the carnage. A flashbang. Oh, I thought there was a second 5-7 kill coming. 3 versus 3. Quest of 1 rounds of worse. Oh, he's on fire, Spongy, but he's able to escape. Bomb getting planted. Now what do they choose to do? They've got no grenades. They don't have the best positions, especially with Fur in jungle. So I don't know if they will risk the Krieg at this position, but that could change everything. Another rifle, that's probably the go button. Oh no, it's happening again, isn't it? Fallen with a Galil versus 2. They know exactly where he is. Can he even swing on a bomb diffuser? 10-second defuse. Does he realize what's happening? Surely he heard the beeps, but he doesn't seem to believe. He's just standing there defusing the bomb, and MIBR losing the most ridiculous rounds on both halves.
Wow. I mean, I guess so. Karma there. Taco winning that last round. Quest win this run.
What on?
2 rounds, which probably should went the other way.
I was expecting some damage just because they stacked the A site and because Grim had that pop flash set up from the lower the shadow position and everything, but I didn't expect that. Impressive stuff. I mean, hey, you know, if they're winning those rounds, there's definitely gonna be some psychological elements that will start to hurt MIBR. Surely, I mean, the amount of rounds they've lost like that against a team that, you know, maybe they've not even heard of them. I mean, they probably have, but okay. Well, they first have to secure this one. Grim with a double, a triple. In fact, trying to go for the transfer. His teammates will clean up. The players being lost. Looks like that's all that will be lost for the Quest. So 9-12 for them now.
Clean round from the Quest. Simple. MIBR try to force their way into the A-bomb site, but get shut down easily. Grim with a nice triple kill right over here.
Well then, are you getting worried if you are an MIBR fan? Again, this is...
I saw Nagav. Was it on purpose? No.
This is the last chance for all of these teams to qualify for the finals. This is last week, week number 5. MIBR lose this series, they're done. It's over.
Oh,
Tickets
man.
are available, ECS.FACEIT.com. Tickets for Arlington can be picked up. There will be talent signings, as someone was asking me on Twitter yesterday. I mean, signings in general, not just talent signings, but team signings obviously being the priority. Quest with 3 players in A. They've got deep forward positions. They've got anti-flash in sandwich. You can see, as I say that, they turn around and start moving, approaching the minute mark, having a look towards ramp, seeing nothing. We got Taco in the palace. The bomber's heading towards A. I don't know if a sound cue is given, because Fallen was moving towards the A-bomb site, but now he's moved back to a position where he might be putting a smoke in the window. Okay, coming back towards the A-bomb site, so maybe not, but Quest are still wondering And maybe this will draw the CTs out of position, but they're so committed on the A bomb site. Can they really afford to reposition at this point?
Yeah, having voltage on ticket as well is very strong. If the sandwich player is able to cover Palace, if voltage can peek towards connector and just or cover the angle to sandwich with the AWP towards stairs, then this could be a really good defense. We'll have to see what the execution is like for the quest. And the Grim is being spotted. That's a beautiful kill though. Going for the peak. They know he's there now, of course. Oh man, he's got a second one. And now, oh, the spin around to deal with the players coming out of the Palace. And it's a beautiful defense coming in from the quest. They had the 3 players there. They gave up middle. They gave up connector. They gave up jungle control. All to have 3 players ready to defend A. And they made it look good.
And MIBR was set up in a spot to really abuse this A setup. They had 3 people in connector and 1 person from Hall's area, or 2 people from Hall's. Just the lack of maybe utility allowed the CTs just to peak without being punished.
MIBR on the losing end of things at the moment. You do indeed have to get worried now. Snakes the jump peaks, the incendiary in hand, the flashbang goes deep, he spots a few legs, and now it's time for the charge. You see blind for just a second, looking for a second frag. More flashes, and Snakes and Exceed will continue to pick up some kills. KNG left, and just like that, it's 11-12. The Quest are 1 round behind.
I didn't quite understand the gravity of the situation until you mentioned, James, that this is the last week. I mean, I know it's the last week, but the fact that now there's a reality which looks like it's formulating in which MIBR could be eliminated by the Quest in their last chance to qualify. That's not going to go down too well, I don't think, in the MIBR camp. So
This just shows how good these teams are getting better. They're practicing, they're watching the demos, they're they know what you're doing.
Well, so it's an easier setup to deal with on the A bomb side. There's just a burst from the balcony. Grim not ready. He drops the smoke in, so he was defenseless. And okay, this looks like a wrap here for the Quest. I don't know if they can really do much to stop this now. Gonna go safe, perhaps. 2v4 against MIBR. Oh, we got bottle Molotov.
We do, but it comes too late.
Is that your lineup?
That is basically, well, I wasn't paying attention to the lineup, but it doesn't matter. It's like
bounced off the
overpass. It's
wall.
not my original lineup, but
Maybe it's an improved one. You have to check now, James.
yeah, make it efficient. It has to evolve. Bard off Molotov comes a little too late.
Who knows variety.
Respect. Obviously, after facing us on Vertigo yesterday, they went to my YouTube account and it's like, this guy knows so much about the game. We've got to just kind of absorb his knowledge and his observings. Get Bard off Molotov out.
It's a really good call by MIBR. What Quest is doing so well is reacting to MIBR, but MIBR kind of did have a contact explode in A and didn't allow the person in dark spot to get, his smoke down, the counter flash or anything like that. You saw he was caught completely off guard. Grim was caught completely off guard. And there you go. MIBR just plowed through the site because of that.
Oh, they're 3 rounds away from overpass, MIBR. Grenades being lined up for mid. Got ourselves a jump throw. Ooh, we got a walking jump throw. It's a deep one, and one you wouldn't see coming either. That's not going to be in your scope. Full shot. Trying to catch somebody off guard, and now the smoke goes into the window. The Quest. This is an important round for them. Look at the grenade deployment. Look at the smoke top connector. If only my teammates could do that from any angle.
Anyone could throw one, please.
I can do it.
Apart from English CS players in the FACEIT office. Oh, Dan can do it actually. Dan can do it, but Sliggy can't.
Sliggy
Well,
observed.
There's the gauntlet. I'm gonna force him to get done for a config now. Snakes drops the smoke grenade to allow a rotation in to try and hold on to something as this push comes through. But look at the swing from MIBR. Snakes is going to get traded by Lucas, and the bomb's going to get planted full short again. It's also planted for apartments, but you can still defuse the bomb without showing 2 apartments in that bomb plant. It's quite deceiving. It doesn't look that way But the bomb can be defused where you can see the diffusing tentacles, but you can't see the CT.
You don't even need a jump throw to throw that.
It depends on where you're throwing it from.
From mid at least.
If you're lurking T ramp and you throw it, then it's a jump throw. If you're Tetris, it's not a jump throw.
Ooh, the investigation has turned up the results.
Terrorists win.
But it's case closed for Fur. Alrighty, so a couple rounds where they had to save their weapons. MIBR now 14, looking to avoid complete disaster. Don't know why I stretched out that word. Disaster. There we go. Will they be able to do it? They have to win just 2 more. And the Quest have a full buy. They've got the orb on Voltage.
That must have been a reasonably priced M9 bayonet.
They're kind of like just
Safari mesh.
Oh.
2 Ts will, but it might be boosting towards short, but it may boost on the rail. The rail's cool because you don't have to go into the window immediately, but in fact it will be the rail. The crawl space is closed, but the frag will be delivered and Fur will take position immediately. Smoking off the entrance to B. Well, that's an issue. It's going to make people really nervous, and they don't know the Quest if anybody's lurking in B apartments, for example, so that's a really weird situation for them. 2 players per site, and we've got KNG showing presence with utility towards the short B position. Looking for peaks in A. The bomb, fortunately for MIBR, will not go into the reticle of Voltage on A ramp. But that's going to be a problem when it comes to planting the bomb.
Yeah, this is a good example of Fur making things extremely uncomfortable, and a mistake might be made in response. But so far, the Quests have been okay, holding. Like, Voltage made a little push. That's a big kill. If he gets this second one, that will be massive. Will there be a re-peak? It is a good sign that MIBR are not re-peaking it, they're smoking it off instead. So Voltage just has to wait there for the time. And that means the Quests have to slow things down, because they really want him to be able to do something when they push into the site. Looks like KNG will make things worse though. And the lineup, oh, that's very damaging. Oh, the damage is too much, too great. And now Voltage must leave, but they know where he is. They won't let him leave.
Yeah, he just rescopes as well. Double scopes in, lucky to be alive at that point, but a rotation has already happened. He is sandwich fallen, knows how to jiggle an alter, of course. And KNG will finish off the job. It's game point for MIBR. They're 1 round away from overpass, and what does the money look like for the Quest? It's not great, but almost all the rounds they've won, their money's been bad, so maybe their chances have gone up the way this game has gone.
Yeah, if MIBR wins this match, the Quest will probably be kicking themselves for losing that 1 eco round, anti-eco, towards that B bomb site. Just one mistake like that enabled MIBR to get some momentum, come back in the game, and rekindle that fire deep within.
1 round away, MIBR moving quickly in that cat position. HE will be eaten by Lucas, but it could be a hell of a lot worse. There's the gold FAMAS, but I don't know if he even got a chance to pull the trigger. Grim, though, has got some pretty snappy aim. He'll take 2 of them out. Snakes has an angle, and he'll win the duel with the MP9, so there might be a chance. A smart jump, he can smoke to create some space, trying to buy some time as well, going to one of the pillars on the site. KNG down to 50 in the meantime. They know that one player is towards jungle connector. So they're 2 versus 1 if they pursue the B area, but they've lost sight of Snakes with that MP9. That fast fire rate could really come in handy.
Once again, there's a world where the Quest win around like this, just as you said. And it really requires Snakes to get some value from this MP9, and he's jiggling here, and I think he's been spotted. And he seems to realize he goes for the swing, but Taco is waiting for it. Sees it at range. Yikes. Okay, he's been legged by the orb. Maybe just go back for the... Oh, well, it's the last round then for him. And there's nothing else to do. So, 16-11, MIBR. They avoid getting absolutely wrecked by the Quest in a 2-0, and they secure at least a 3rd map, but they need to win that 3rd map. And I don't know that anything's forgiven, or anything's for granted, I should say, against the Quest.
You gotta give them some credit. The Quest played pretty well overall, except for a couple majority big mistakes that cost them probably 2-3 rounds. But other than that, they look solid. They have some good teamwork. I like some of their strats, and you know, they're looking up and up. I'm impressed.
There's some really scary up-and-coming teams right now in North America. You know, ATK, The Quest. I think those are the two most dangerous ones that I've seen so far.
Yeah, and maybe they'll show some more promise in the next map to come. There is a revolving door with some of these teams though, so if they are to show some promise, and hopefully they can keep those doors closed and stick together and see what progress they can do. But we're talking like the match is over. The match certainly is not over. There is one more map to come in Overpass. So we can see how deep the map pool is for the Quest. And in that regard, with the new MIBR team, we're looking at that as well. Where do the strengths lie? They're able to turn things around on Mirage, and indeed 16 to 11, a 5-round lead for MIBR as they move into Overpass. That's the next map. It's after the break. We're going to the break. We'll see you after the break for the last map of the series and the day. See you after the break. Boom.